Hi everyone, this is my first video. Everyone is welcome to come join, people who are new to 40k and people who have been with 40k from the beginning. I hope to work our way through one together and to gather your thoughts and opinions, which I hope you can share, and we're better to start than with the man with so many names and titles over his time. The Emperor of Mankind, the God Emperor, the Master of Mankind, Neoth, Warlord, King, Father, the Anathema, and in current setting, God. As the Emperor has a lot of history, I thought we'd do it in parts. I'd first like to discuss the Emperor and his origins. No one knows for sure what his origins are. There are many theories, but no definitive answer. The only person who would know is the Emperor himself. I'd like to start by giving you a few theories that are interesting. The first theory is the one which most people take as canon and most commonly brought up when people talk about the Emperor. That being the shamans made him because the energies they were depending upon were becoming progressively difficult to tap into. The worst part was that they were losing their capacity to reincarnate. As far back as anyone could recall, when a shaman passed away, his soul had entered into the warp and soaked in its energies, waiting for reincarnation in a new body. Now the souls were being best chased and consumed by the warp entities. Frightened for their race's future, all the shamans on Earth gathered together in one place and began the longest and most significant debate in the history of humanity, which lasted for centuries and led to the birth of the new man. After hundreds of years of discussing and researching, the shamans concluded that they were doomed, and that without them the entire race would soon fall prey to the psychic entities it had created in the warp. Even if their physical strength was still great, shamans came to the realization that they can only endure one or two more reincarnations. They were not the type of race to readily accept death. Many of them were able to recall at the beginning of their race, having survived for so long, for thousands of years. It was not their way to die without any hope or purpose. Therefore, they agreed to combine their energies by reincarnating to a single body. They swallowed and ingested poison. As a result, their kind vanished from the planet. The being who was afterwards referred to be the Emperor of Mankind was born within a year. As he got older, he started to show signs of his abilities, and he gradually began to recall the many lives that had been given up for him. He was both the new man and the past. His powerful mind could still sift through the warp natural energies. This is somewhat hinted in Echoes of Eternity, when the Emperor meets Sanguinius for the first time. Sanguinius says, "I see the light of many souls in your eyes, many men, many women." Then the Emperor smiles and answers back with, "Is that what you see?" So you can interpret that as him seeing the shamans or the different faces the Emperor feels he must wear. The next theory is that he is an Old One or the creation of the Old Ones. Before starting, I'll tell you a bit about the Old Ones and try to keep it brief. The Old Ones were an ancient, technologically and psychically advanced intelligent species of cold-blooded reptilian beings, or maybe even an alliance of individual advanced species. The Old Ones ruled over the Milky Way before the development of a lot of the other sentient species of the galaxy. The Old Ones were the original creators of the Webway and are the creators of the Ardari as well as the Krogs. The Old Ones were also the creators of the early tree-dwelling, primitive ancestors of humanity who lived on Earth, who eventually rose to full sentience. To contradict the Emperor being an Old One is that after the war in heaven, there was one remaining Old One left, who then went into hiding, continuing his old ways of dabbling, until the birth of Slaanesh, who then killed the remaining Old One. Unless he made the Emperor and put him in waiting for him to take vengeance on Chaos, and everyone had felt wronged the Old Ones by leading humanity, but why a turn from life-bringers to destroyers? I can't see why, unless time has corrupted its mind, but who knows what the Old One was thinking in his last moments. The next theory being that he is a weapon from the Dark Age of technology. The best source I could find is a reference from the book The Master of Mankind.
So it seems. If you have any last words, I will ensure they reach the Emperor's ears.
Kojazu's lip curled. Emperor? How I loathe that title.
He is the ruler of this world and the master of our species. No title is more appropriate.
She bared her teeth in an expression too ugly and defiant to be a smile. Have you ever considered just what kind of creature you serve?
Yes.
The dark eyes stared on.
Have you?
The master of mankind. She shook her head, feeling the welcome flare of righteousness. He isn't even human.
Minister Zu.
The Golden Warrior made a warning of her name, one she didn't heed. Does he even breathe? She demanded. Tell me that, custodian. Have you ever heard him breathe? He is a relic, left over from the Dark Age. A weapon left out of its box, now running rampant. Valdor blinked once. The first time she'd seen him blink so far. That rare human movement was unnerving. To her it felt false, like it had no right taking place upon his statuesque features.
I personally think it is contradicted by the dragon, which people say was a shard of the Void Dragon that the Emperor fought on Earth around the 11th or 12th century and then trapped on Mars. Also, when Alanius Pearson acted as his war master during the War of East Phoenicia, when they were conquering Earth for the first time against a cult, they would besiege a tower, which is believed to be the Tower of Babel, which is so old it's already myth to us. There is also the visions of his childhood the Emperor shows Ra. He has no basis to be false. The Emperor doesn't need Ra to understand or to be compelled to obey, or any of that. There is no narrative purpose for the Emperor to lie to Ra at this point. This is just a few of the theories about the Emperor's origins. If there are any other theories you would like me to mention, please leave a comment and we can also discuss that. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe so we can continue our journey together.